Hey, GutFoxx here. Today we're doing a Madden Ultimatum on timeout management near the end of games. The sponsor today is Timeouts, what you give little kids in GutFoxx when he acts up and goes on a long rant about Cool Ranch Doritos. So, in the first half, basically use your timeouts whenever you need them. You know, fixing your lineup, calling a better play, etc. First half, do what you need to do. But I will say it is never ideal to use your timeouts in odd-numbered quarters. The main tenet of timeout management is to call timeouts when your opponent has the ball. They can chew 30 seconds of game clock versus when you have it on offense and are only losing about 10 seconds per play, 3 times more efficient than your opponent. So the first guideline is to never take a timeout on offense unless absolutely necessary. Next, a lot of timeout management has to do with how many points you are down by. The more you trail, the earlier in the fourth quarter you want your timeouts to be taken. Because if you're down by 3 possessions and your opponent has the ball, you need 2 onside kick recoveries to win the game in the fourth quarter. Slim odds, but the game isn't over. In addition, the more time left in the game, the more likely your Madden opponent will throw the ball. And that's exactly what we want when you're down by a significant margin. The ways to stop the clock are an incomplete pass, the ball carrier goes out of bounds, an injury, change of possession, and the 2-minute warning. The biggest blunder I see is players not working around the 2-minute warning. A play clock stops in the fourth quarter when a change of possession happens either on a punt, interception, fumble, touchdown, field goal. So if it's 3rd and long with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock and you have a timeout remaining, let the opponent run a play and let it go to the 2-minute warning. Don't take a timeout and stop the clock with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left on 4th down. Because the punt will go down to the 2-minute warning, therefore eliminating one of your stoppages. The 2-minute warning and the change of possession would happen at the same time, and you wasted a timeout for 6 seconds instead of 30. In fact, never call a timeout under 2 minutes and 10 seconds. It invites the offense to throw a pass, and a pass averages more yards than a run. And this means we think back from the 2 minutes left to the preceding minute. Don't take your final timeout with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left because the opponent can run a play for 5 seconds, then let the clock wind down to 2 minutes and therefore wasting your 2-minute warning on the waiting moments of their play clock. The exact opposite of what we want to happen. So you want the 2-minute warning to happen as early in the opponent's play clock as possible. Plan your timeouts with that in mind. You want to make sure to stop 30 whole seconds of game time to get the maximum value out of your timeouts. But to give you a general rule out of this whole thing, on any down except for 4th, do not take your last timeout between the 2-minute warning and 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the clock, which is a little bit longer than I said earlier. For example, if you take your last timeout at 2 minutes and 40 seconds on 3rd down, your opponent will run the ball, get the clock down below 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and be able to punt it and hit the 2-minute stoppage with a change of possession. If it's 1st down, you have 3 timeouts, take 1, up until about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If it's 2nd or 3rd down and you have 2 or more timeouts, take them also until about 2 minutes and 25 seconds. After that, you aren't stopping the whole 30 seconds or thereabouts, and therefore not gaining sufficient value out of your timeouts. It sounds like you're letting a lot of time pass there, but trust me, it's the best solution value-wise. And as a tip, always remember to try to get out of bounds if you're on offense and suffering on time. If you're down by 2 scores, take your timeouts earlier in the fourth quarter between the 3 and 4 minute mark. If you're down by 2 scores with 2 minutes left, no matter the amount of timeouts you have, the game's essentially over unless you can recover an onside kick. In every case, no matter the score, if you're behind under 2 minutes, call the timeouts as quickly as possible when the opponent has the ball. If you have the ball, work the clock down as far as possible before taking the lead if that is an option. If you have the ball between 1 and 2 minutes, never call a timeout unless absolutely necessary. Don't hurry up to the line of scrimmage if you just completed a long pass. Calling a new play quickly out of the huddle will get you to the line faster. Also, kicking a field goal can happen with under 10 seconds on the running game clock. I know because a guy hit a Hail Mary, then had his field goal unit on the field in 3 seconds and hit the game winner on me. On the opposite side, here's a table that tells you how much time you can have left to allow to just kneel the game out. It says 2 seconds per kneel, and I got this when I was reading about time management online and for high school and college, but it does seem to apply to our shortened clocks in Madden. But if you run plays like zones or powers instead of kneeling, you can add a few seconds onto each play. Well, please let me know if you disagree with my timeout management strategies. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.